Welcome back, Legends. This is episode 5, the final chapter of Season 27 Class Guide series. We've covered Assault, Skirmishers, Recon, and even Support. And now we're ending strong with the class that defines space, zone control, and late game dominance. That's the Controller class. Controllers are the masters of positioning. They lock down buildings, deny pushes, force rotations, and decide where a fight can and cannot happen. If Assault wins by pressure, and Recon wins by information, Control wins by control. Literally. This class shines in mid-game choke points, final circles, and any situation where holding ground is more important than taking it. And in Season 27, several controller perks have quietly become some of the strongest defensive tools in the entire game. So in today's episode, we're breaking down all of them. Their best perks, their best amps, their rank up potential, and how to use their kit to take over the map without even overextending. This is the Controller Class Guide, episode 505, the final piece of Season 27 series, so let's get started. Let's talk about Caustic, the king of zone control, the bunker breaker, and one of the most oppressive legends in Apex when played well. But before we talk about his perks, we need to talk about Caustic's passive, because it changes everything. Field research gives Caustic perk points for dealing out gas damage, opening up dev boxes, and using ring consoles. Hit 100 points, and Caustic unlocks a second perk in level 2. Hit 200 points, he gets access to all 4 perks at once. That means Caustic is one of the only legends in the entire game who can become fully perked out every match, just by playing his kit. Speaking of perks, level 2 perk, the blue perk, both are strong, and because of field research, you nearly always end up with both anyway. Extra Trap gives Caustics more gas canisters, a second tactical charge, and Extra Trap deploys, perfect for locking down buildings or creating chaotic team fighting zones. Breathe It In lets Caustic regenerate HP while standing in his own gas, make him absurdly tanky during holds or standoffs. Whatever you prefer, brute force or bunker defense, both perks pull massive weight. Moving on to his level 3 purple perk, it's the same story as level 2. Both choices are great, and you usually unlock both. Particle Diffuser expands your utility radius by 50%, turning Caustic Gas Grenade into a full area denial weapon. Perfect for room wipes, third-party denial, or forcing teams out of cover. Gas Fighter dramatically speeds up tactical recharge while inside your gas, letting you refill canisters and maintaining a constant gas presence. You don't choose wrong here. You get both eventually, and Caustic becomes a late-game monster because of it. Best amp for Caustic? Honestly, it depends on your playstyle. Because of field research, it lets your power spike up quickly. Over Armor helps you take more trades. Power Booster gives you gas more often. Infinite Armor supports long-range poke. And Bottomless Batteries help during bunker wars. He's very flexible. Pick based on the comp you're running. He's S tier. Caustic is flat out S tier. Zone control is incredibly strong in the current meta, and no one denies space, slower pushes, and punishes mistakes better than him. In ranked or competitive lobbies, Caustic can win fights before bullets are even fired. The rank up speed is 4-star. Caustic has a 4-star ranking up speed thanks to how well he performs in structured fights. From bronze to platinum, most players don't know how to push gas, and Caustic farms perks points for free. In Diamond and Masters, however, coordinated squads respect his space, but that only makes his gas control even more valuable in in-game zones. If you love methodical, punishing gameplay, Caustic is one of the strongest climbers in the controller class. Up next is the princess of parameters herself, Wattson. Wattson is one of the Apex's strongest defensive anchors, specializing in area denial, sustainable defense, and long-term control. And thanks to her passive Spark of Genius, she's even better than her kit implies. She regenerates shields passively after staying out of damage for a few seconds, also carrying 2 ultimate accelerants per slot, and instant charges her ultimate when she uses one of the ultimate accelerants. No other legend conveys inventory into value as efficiently as Wattson. Her level 2 blue part, which is the best one for her? Obviously both of them. Both of them are real good, but let's talk about help is here. If you pick that, you want to pick that when you don't have any support legends on your team, like Lifeline, Mirage, or Newcastle. You gain access to supply bins, improved revive options, and MRBs, basically turning Wattson into a hybrid controller support legend. On the other side of the level 2 perk, Ultimate Conductor is the alternative, and it's incredible if you already do have support legends on your team. Damaging enemies speed up your ultimate cooldown, and knocks give you a massive charge boost. On maps or circles where your pylon is the heart of every fight, this perk keeps it up nearly permanent. Pick based on your squad, and honestly, both are extremely strong. Level 3 perk, the obvious choice here is Energized Healer. Makes syringes and cells heal double. Simple perk, but stupidly effective. It lets Wattson play like a mini lifeline, constantly topping herself off without burning resources. But here's the twist. If you follow the old episode, the first one, when I talked about the Assassin's Guide and talked about Bangalore and had the logic behind which ones to pick, you can take the opposite perk from the level 2 side and create a hybrid support controller build, giving your team more flexibility while keeping Wattson tanky and sustainable. Still, for most players, Energized Healer is the clear winner. The best amp to use with Wattson is infinite ammo. Now listen to me. Pick this not because just that she needs the ammo, but because it frees up inventory for grenades, heals, and accelerants, which she converts into team-wide value better than almost anyone in the game. She sits comfortably at A tier. She's one of the strongest legends for controlling buildings, locking down final circles, and denying enemy utility, but she requires smart positioning and map awareness to shine. When it comes to rank up speed, she's 4-star. She dominates bronze through platinum, where holding space and shutting down pushes wins entire games. In diamond, her value stays high as long as your squad rotates smartly and play around your pylons. And in masters, she's still absolutely viable, but she demands discipline, pre-planning, and good team synergy. For players who love structure, smart defense, and outlasting enemy resources, Wattson is one of the most consistent control legends you can climb with. Next up is Rampart, the queen of walls, bullets, and pure unapologetic chaos. Rampart is a defensive menace built around controlling space with amp cover and shredding teams with LMGs. She's not the easiest controller to master, because playing her well means predicting pushes before they happen. Once she's set up, she turns entire POIs into non-entry zones. Her level 2 perk, the blue one, is lock and loaded. Faster reloads and infinite ammo while behind armored amp cover turns her into a mounted turret before even needing Sheila. LMGs plus faster reloads plus infinite ammo behind cover, yeah, that's Rampart at her absolute peak. Her level 3 perk, Rebuild Module, being able to regenerate amp cover after it's been broken means Rampart gets way more staying power in longer fights. You don't just hold space, you rebuild it and force enemies to break the same wall over and over again. In rank, that kind of pressure wins entire zones. Best amp to use with Rampart is Power Booster. It's the best fit. Sheila turns faster, hitting harder, and deleting squads even quicker. It brings out the true menace playstyle Rampart was built for. She's B tier. She's incredibly strong in the right hands and in the right zones, but she's also position dependent. If you set up too late or get caught rotating, her value drops really fast. But when Rampart controls the space first, she can completely lock the lobby down. 3-star is her rank up speed. Rampart climbs reliability in bronze through gold, where teams push blindly into amp cover and get shredded. In platinum and diamond, however, she becomes more setup dependent. Stronger if you claim space early, weaker if you force to rotate constantly. By masters, only Rampart specialists really shine, but her zone control is still incredibly in final circles. Catalyst, the defensive duelist who brings ferro fluid, crowd control, and nasty lane denial to any fight. She isn't flashy, but if you like shutting doors, blocking sight lines, and forcing teams to fight your way, Catalyst is one of the most annoying and most underrated controllers in the game. Level 2 blue perk, basically the best one for Catalyst. Actually, honestly, quite frankly, both are great depending on how well you play with them. Sister Spikes give you an extra active spike on the field, letting you cover more angles, lock down more doors, and create layered traps that punishes greedy pushes. Whereas Longer Veil, or Long Veil, on the other hand, extend your ultimate by an extra 15 meters, turning Dark Veil into a massive wall that split entire POIs and wipe visual information from enemy teams. If you want more local control, take Sister Spikes. If you want fight-winning reach, go Longer Veil. Moving on to our level 3 purple perk, again, both of them are very good, very flexible. Barrel Door lets you instantly rebuild and reinforce missing doors, which makes Catalyst an absolute menace inside buildings. Kick a door down, doesn't matter, she'll put it right back up. It's insanely strong for holding late game structures. Resilient Veil adds 5 extra seconds to your Dark Veil, which is huge in tight circles where every second of LOS blockage builds space, heals, and or rotation time. If you're a bunker player, go Ferro Door. If you love open field fortresses, Resilient Veil is your perk. Best amp to use here is Power Booster. Catalyst loves faster tacticals and faster ult cycles. More walls, more spikes, more denial. More control. Simple choice, but big value. She's B tier. She's strong but situational. Put her in buildings, tight tunnels, or ending game circles, she looks like S tier. Put her in wide open fields, she drops off quickly. She's a steady climber. Rank of speed, 3-star. Catalyst climb at a solid, steady pace. She's great in bronze through gold, where players run into spikes, ignore doors, and walk straight through your wall. In platinum and diamond, she becomes a map-dependent pick. Amazing in buildings, weaker in open spaces. By masters, she's niche, but absolutely viable in the right hands and the right zones. Controllers are the masters of space, tempo, and denial. The legends who don't just win fights, they dictate them. Caustic, Wattson, Rampart, Catalyst, each one bends the battlefield to their will, forcing enemies to play your game instead of theirs. From locking down buildings, to cutting off rotations, to dragging teams into uncomfortable fights, controllers reward patience, discipline, and smart positioning. They're the backbone of high-level Apex. The player who understands that sometimes the strongest move is making your opponents run out of options. And with that, that's the end of Season 27 Class Guide mini-series, so to speak. But if you've been here from episode 1, I would like to thank you all. I appreciate it from watching the videos that I've constructed. And I hope these breakdowns help you climb as well as get better and grind as you grind through the ranks. But with that said, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a blessed one as well as a good one. I'll talk to you guys later.